On the news tonight, interim government, illegal, unconstitutional, DHQ, Defense Headquarters. I am too old to keep quiet, ethnic division must end, Obasanjo. Aspirants bribing APC, NWC with rice sugar. Soldiers return to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, illegal checkpoint continues. Court blocks suspension of Labour Party Chairman Julius Abure. Court remands Eze Ndibo for instilling fear of IPOB in Lagosians. And foreign story, we must speak up, act to restore soul of America, Biden. And on sports, Oshuala on fire, says UEFA. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGITV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagide Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. I am Maurire Rabila Lawa. Now the news in detail. The Defense Headquarters has described the call for the installation of an interim government in the country by some Nigerians as illegal and unconstitutional. It says the military, as a reputable institution, does not support illegality and will do everything in its power to defend the constitution of the country. Director of Defense Media Operations, DMO, Major General Musa Damadami, made this known while answering journalists' questions on the call by some aggrieved persons in the country of an interim government following the outcome of the just concluded general elections. Damadami, while noting that elections have been held, concluded, and a new president elected, described those calling for an interim government as mischievous and nothing more. The DMO director, while briefing the media on military operations conducted in the last 2 weeks across the country, while responding to journalists' questions on the stand of the military on the clamor for an interim national government, or said on the issue of interim national government, I don't know why people are bringing up these issues. It is rather unfortunate. Election has been conducted and INEC, who is mandated, has announced the president-elect. Going on to the next story. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo said the incoming administration must explore all avenues at ending ethnic division that emanated from the 2023 general elections. Obasanjo stated this while speaking at a conference themed From Elections to Governance and Performance, organized by Next Year and the Ibadan School of Governance and Public Policy in Abuja on Thursday. The former president noted that with the challenges facing the country, he is now too old to keep quiet, stating that he would continue to voice concerns for the benefit of the nation. He noted that the incoming government must work to facilitate national moral rearmament and reconciliation following the divisiveness occasioned by the just concluded election in the country. According to Obasanjo, the move has the potential to bring out about healing and to assure Nigerians youth who were angered by the shortcomings of the elections. He said governors in Nigeria now required thinking outside the box to rescue the nation in terms of its bulging economy and huge national debt burden, adding that there must also be a political will and action, as well as administrative efforts to reform the public service and turn it into a capability-ready unit. Going on to the next story. National Vice Chairman Northwest of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, Salihu Mohammed Lukman, has raised the alarm over the activities of aspirants for the leadership of the 10th National Assembly, who are accused of bribing the party's National Working Committee, NWC. Lukman made the allegation in a brief chat on Thursday in Abuja. Going to the next story. Soldiers have returned to the checkpoint mounted at the Rumu, Ogun State end of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, thereby subjecting motorists to hardship. Information report and a series of stories published in March highlighted the travels of motorists and residents plying the expressway to navigate their destinations within and beyond the Ori-Merumu community in the Obafemi Owode local government area of Ogun State, who complained about being subjected to traumatizing tortures by soldiers who indiscriminately mount roadblocks on the express to extort money from them when they pass on daily basis. Information reported then that the soldiers, under the guise of conducting routine security checks, usually use barricades to create a checkpoint on the expressway at night. The situation usually caused a backlog of traffic induced by the slow-paced movement of vehicles navigating the narrow opening created by soldiers on the expressway. Motorists and residents complained that hoodlums had been taking advantage of the situation to rob them of the valuables while stuck in the gridlock. Following the report, the soldiers dismantled the roadblock while motorists heaved sighs of relief. Their relief was, however, short-lived as the soldiers were said to have returned to the roadblock on Monday evening. A motorist who did not want his name in print for fear of victimization told the reporter that when the soldiers returned on Monday night, they mounted roadblocks on both lanes of the expressway at the Ori-Merumu end. Going on to the next story. A state high court sitting in Benin, the Edo state capital, has restrained the Labour Party and all its members from any suspension or purported suspension of its national offices till the determination of a motion on notice. A statement made available to newsmen and signed by the National Secretary of the Labour Party, Alhaji Umar Farouk, said the party's lawyer, G.C. Ibokwe San, confirmed to journalists that he has got a high court order that status quo be maintained and no action, which may result to the suspension of any national officer of the party, be taken. According to the senior advocate, our attention has been drawn to a letter order purportedly from another court of equal jurisdiction restraining my clients. Of course, such order is of no consequence and will have no effect until after the determination of the motion on notice. Recall that the entire leadership of the Labour Party in Edo State, including the state, local government, and world executives, on Monday had passed a vote of confidence on Agure, who was allegedly suspended by a factional group of the party. The party recalled that some groups who claim to be World 3 executives of the party in Edo State, led by World's chairman Martins or Sibe, had earlier announced the suspension of political parties. Going on to the next story in Lagos. A chief magistrate court sitting in the Sabo area of Yaba, Lagos, has ordered the remand of a leader of the Igbo community, Eze Ndibo, Frederick Nwajago, for allegedly threatening to bring the proscribed indigenous people of IPOB to the state. Chief Magistrate Peter Nwaka ordered that the defendant should be kept at the Ikoyi custodial facility for 30 days pending the legal advice of the State Director of Public Prosecution. The Chief Magistrate made this order on Wednesday after Nwajago, age 67, was docked before the court by police on 2-count charge of conspiracy and conduct likely to cause a breach of public peace. The police prosecutor, SP Thomas Nuruddin, told the court that the Eze Ndibo and some others at large committed the offense on March 26th at number 2 Akim Shitu Street, Ajao Estate, Lagos State. He alleged that Nwajago put fear in Lagos residents when he threatened to bring IPOB to the state. Nwajago also was said to have publicly stated that IPOB would shut Lagos State for 1 month. According to Nuruddin, these alleged offenses contravene Section 168(d) and 411 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State 2015. Being a remand proceeding to ensure lawful detention, the plea of the defendant was not taken. The Chief Magistrate said he would await the advice of the State DPP, Dr. Babajide Martins, on how to proceed before adjourning the case to May 3, that's May 3rd, for mention. Going on to the foreign story. President Joe Biden has appealed to citizens to remember, speak out, as well as act to restore the soul of America together. Biden said that these in his Passover message titled, "My Message to the Jewish Community This Passover," delivered on Wednesday. He said tonight Jews around the world will gather around the Seder table to celebrate Passover. They will recount the miraculous story of the Jewish people's exodus from slavery in Egypt to freedom. It is a timeless, powerful story of faith, hope, and redemption that has inspired oppressed people everywhere for generations. And to the last story, sports. After helping Barcelona reach their 5th consecutive semi-final of the UEFA Women's Champions League in the season, where she has scored 24 goals in 30 matches across all competitions, European football governing body UEFA has hinted that the Super Falcons star Asisat Oshoala is the best women's striker in the world, Information Expert report. The Nigerian has been in fine form for the Blaugrana, both in the Premier Division Feminine and Europe. Oshoala scored and provided an assist as Barcelona hammered Roma 5-1 last Wednesday to reach a 5th straight UEFA Women's Champions League semi-finals. Oshoala was the sole record holder of the CAF Women's Player of the Year award after winning it for a record 5th time, has been in superb form for the Catalans despite a season blighted by injuries. Despite being injury-laden for a large part of last season, 3 months, Oshoala finished top scorer in the La Liga Iberdrola with 20 goals in 19 appearances to become the first African to win the Pichichi Award in Spain. She is on course to win the award for the 2nd time as she currently sits 2nd on the scorers chart with 19 goals, 3 less than Levante's Alba Rodendo, who occupies the top spot. Oshoala's impressive display has not gone unnoticed by UEFA, who on the Twitter handle asked if the former Robo FC striker was the best forward so far this season. With a picture of a forward and our stats, UEFA Women's Champions League wrote, the best striker in the world right now, Asisat Oshoala, has been on fire this season. With 23 goals in the UEFA Women's Champions League, the 28-year-old is 15 goals shy of making the top all-time goal scorers chart in the competition. That ends the World News this hour from BGI TV Current. Before we go, some major headlines. Interim government, illegal, unconstitutional, Defense Headquarters says. I am too old to keep quiet, ethnic division must end, Obasanjo. NAN's leadership, aspirants bribing APC, National Working Committee withdraws sugar. We also brought to you, soldiers return to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway illegal checkpoints. Lastly on sport, Oshoala on fire, says UEFA. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, the handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na na na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.